Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to an all-new microtransaction. I'm your host, of course, for today, Liquid. I was going to say Halo. Why would I say Halo? And joining me today, I have the man who not only puts the action in microtransaction, he puts the micro in the transaction. I don't know. I got nothing. Listen, I got Chris. Who else but Chris? Chris, how are you today?
Liquid, you son of a bitch liar.
Whoa, oh my god.
You son of a bitch. Liquid, you talked a big game last week. All these things, Vanguard this, Call of Duty that. Look at this hoe. Get that out of here, bro. You cheap bitch. Bro, why don't you just face facts that you're a Call of Duty shill?
Listen, Chris, this is my new face now. So
this is me now.
this is who I am. Okay. So listen. Clearly you didn't listen to the details, Chris. I specifically said I want to play the story to this game. However, I would play it under one condition: if I paid no more than $30 for this game. Okay?
How much did you pay for it, Liquid?
Approximately $35. How?
Oh, wow! Wow!
So I'm gonna tell the people the story at home. So what went down? Okay. Because all in all, it's Halo's fault. It is Halo's fault. That's what it comes down to. Yes, because Halo decided to delay for 1 year for no reason whatsoever. All right, nothing was going on in the world. They just decided.
It doesn't come out broken like Call of Duty.
On a whim. They just decided, you know what? Fuck you guys. Let's just delay this shit for a year, over a year, because it's supposed to come out in November. It's coming out in December, a year and a month. So, anyways, so my brother Frank.
Well, spoiler alert. Oh. Spoiler alert. But is it gonna be a year and a month?
I don't get it. I don't get the spoiler.
You gotta stay tuned.
Okay. Oh, gotta stay tuned. Okay. I like that. All right. So, my brother Frank, by the way, fuck Frank. He went ahead and he was excited for Halo like the rest of us. He picked up an Xbox Series S, based on our recommendations. He found one in the wild, was excited, was stoked, and he purchased it. You know, made his purchase. I told him what he could take advantage of. You know, all the offerings he gets with Game Pass. You know, I let him know. So, you know, he was on the right track. You know, he had it all figured out. Except for one thing. One minor detail that he didn't know is that he thought Halo came out in November of this year. We all know it's December, right, Chris?
When we get to the topic later.
All right. So
we'll see.
I told him, I was like, listen, Frank, it comes out in December. He's like, I thought it comes out this month. I'm like, no, bro, you're wrong. And then he's like, well, shit. Well, and I told him, like, we're not buying Call of Duty, so stay away from it. I told him that, stay away. And he's like, well, hell, since it's not coming out in this month, I'm buying Call of Duty. What else am I going to play on my Xbox? I'm like, there's Game Pass. You could just play what Game Pass is offering. I totally disregarded it. I was like, listen, Frank, I told one thing. I'm not going to play this game unless I pay $30 or less for it. That's it. That was my bar. You know, I'm like, I'm interested more in the story. And he goes, all right, fine. I'm cash apping you. So my brother Frank decides to cash app me the money. And I make the purchase with the rest. I pay the difference. Had some GameStop credit. I did get a $5 coupon. So actually I did pay $30, Chris. So fuck you. The taxes.
How much was the game, Liquid?
The taxes came out to like 30 something. It was a little over $30 after taxes. But regardless, that's taxes. Listen, that's Uncle Sam. I don't mind paying taxes. That doesn't count for me. Like it's taxes. I'm a good American. I'm a good American.
Did you just say taxes don't count for you while also saying you're a good American?
No. I'm saying like they don't count towards the game cost. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I see taxes as like, you know, it's you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
So, Liquid, now that we know that your word means nothing to the microtransaction, the fans at home, the people watching us week in, week out, who like, you know what, Liquid? If he says something, he means it. Now we all know you're full of shit. You're a Call of Duty shill. All right, you just how much of this campaign have you played, by the way?
I just downloaded it last night.
Huh?
I just downloaded it last night. Well, Chris, I've been enjoying Forza too much. What do you want me to tell you, dude?
That is, guys. Liquid has just decided choosing violence, and you know what? We're gonna get to this later. And just know that Liquid. I'm gonna kick your ass.
No.
You're gonna get one of these.
Get a knuckle sandwich.
You're gonna get one of these, and then one of those.
Oh no,
right?
no. Just give me the knuckles. just give me the knuckles.
All
right. Just knuckles deep, baby. Knuckles deep. Oh wow. Well, Chris, other than me
lying to the people at home,
totally working within what I said when it comes to Call of Duty, how's your week been?
Bro, I just been cruising down the streets in my 6'4". You know what I'm saying? In Mexico, I'm just cruising around, driving, being the toast of the town, starting this little festival you may have heard. It's the Horizon Festival. And I just been having a great time, and also enjoy.
Yeah, let's show the camera.
Bro, show the keys that hole. Oh my god.
Hopefully I don't drop it.
Bro.
Come on, focus.
You got there.
Yeah.
And dude, you love seeing Xbox. Woo, bro. PlayStation could never. Am I right, guys?
Okay. I need to get that red remote from PlayStation.
Yeah, I bet you do. Anyway.
I do. I actually held it in my hands once.
Okay.
It feels just like a DualSense.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I held the OLED.
Well, how did it feel?
It was nice.
Really? It didn't feel the exact same? Like...
No, you can instantly tell the screen. Liz was with me, Patreon of the show, and we went to this Target, and they just had an OLED out there for people to try.
Oh wow! Is it like a kiosk kind of thing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And right next to and it was awesome because it was right next to the old Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you can make a nice little comparison,
bro. And you could tell like the colors look deeper. The screen is like when you look at, especially right next to each other, you're like, oh, this looks different. The color scheme and is great because even Liz was like, I paid a skin for my Switch to look that way, and now it just comes that way. And then she liked it too. So like, it wasn't just me. I was like, oh, I see why people were hyped and juiced on this, because when I saw it, I could instantly tell it's something. And I'm like, guys, when it comes to like specs and that kind of stuff, I'm not very subtle with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, whatever, it works, whatever. And this, I could instantly tell the difference.
Right. So
I completely forgot. That happened like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Okay. Hey, right on time. So would you say, like, do you think it's worth the extra $50 then?
If you play in handheld,
yeah,
see it. I see it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you're a handheld boy / girl,
I've slowly become.
Yeah, and like I get it too, cause some, like, you know what it was when I was playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, like it was nice getting in bed and just being like, let's go catch some, let's pull out this Pokedex, something. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and getting to our first topic of the show, you know, Pokemon Platinum and Diamond. Or no,
Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl, Jesus. Out in the wild.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. At the time of this recording, comes out this Friday. It's just in about 4 days from now. But yeah, it's been out in a while already. I want to say for like a week now, for over a week. And there's just people data mining the ever loving hell out of it. They are just showing off everything that it has here. I made a list of some of the things that they're showing off, you know, and warning, there might be some potential spoilers. If you want to be just spoiler free, go into this game, which, I mean, chances are, if you've played it in the past, you're not really going to see any spoilers, but there are some minor things here, and I'll get to it. I'm going to list the stuff that's not really spoilery, And then once we really get into it's really just one thing. I really think it's more of a spoiler than anything, so I'll just leave that off, or I'll say it, but I'll give you a warning. So, for everything that we know so far, so the leaks include we know there's 493 Pokemon. We know there's not going to be no Megas, no Alolan, no Galarian type Pokemon, which makes sense. I mean, right? This game came out way before those, so obviously. They showed up all the Pokemon sprites. We've seen all of them already, what they look like. All items we've seen, what all the items have to offer. One new feature, DS Sounds, which allows you to play the original music tracks on your Switch. So that's kind of cool. It seems like, I guess they're taking a little bit from Super Smash Brothers. They got the whole, the little playlist, so you could play the music from Smash Brothers. By my understanding, though, so far they're saying that it doesn't sound good, though. No. Yeah, now people are saying it's only because it's pre-launch, because there's supposed to be a pretty big patch day one. Oh. So there's gonna be a big day one patch. That's supposed to be like 4 gigabytes big, and the game alone, the game alone's like 8 gigabytes. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty huge.
Wow.
And like the early copies that are out in the wild are about 4 gigabytes big. So apparently the full game is not essentially there, but when you data mine, you see what else is coming essentially. New locations and some character customizations as well, especially like Pokeballs, just your character's outfits, stuff like that. Here's the spoiler. All right, just give it about 2 minutes. You can skip past this part. I'll wave my hands like this, if you know what I'm saying, to give you guys an indicator that hey, we're done. So 2 mythical Pokemon before the second badge you can unlock. All right, those mythical Pokemon, and it depends on what Pokemon game you've played. I guess is depending on what Switch you have and what Pokemon game you've played. So if you've played any of the Let's Go series, you get Mew. And if you play any of the Sword and Shield series on that same Switch, you get Jirachi. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Ooh, yes, Jirachi. You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
So that's 2 really good Pokemon. And this is after the first badge, like before the second badge, apparently. So you'll have them pretty good, like right off the bat. So
that almost, because Mew, you can put any move you want on him.
Oh, is that right? I
yes,
have no idea.
I think that Jirachi's the same way. It could be wrong, because for you guys who don't know. Oh, by the way, we can wave our arm. Wait, no, I had to explain this.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for that.
I was like, So with Mew, it's the original DNA Pokemon. So all like his Mew is essentially has every genetic code wise is like every single Pokemon. Apparently, okay. Lore wise a little bit, Mews used to be rampant.
Okay.
They used to be all throughout the land and so on and so forth.
Oh, based off the history, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, throughout the history. So there were Mews everywhere, and like this Mew is like kind of the last one, if memory serves me correct. So I'm like, that's pretty rad.
If that is true, I wonder if we get it in like the Arceus Legends game, or whatever it's called, the newer one, because that's supposed to be a prequel, essentially like the very first essential Pokemon game. So maybe we see some Mews there. That's gonna be kind of exciting.
Yeah, I'm hyped. That'd be pretty cool if we see Mew flying, or Mew and Jirachi.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Jirachi I don't know too much about, but Mew for sure. Yeah. I think it's safe to wave our arms around, right? Waving them, baby. Waving them, baby. All right. Hi. Welcome back. So yeah. So Pokemon's essentially dead. So if you missed it, you kind of missed it. But
Digimon, here we come.
Oh, dude, Digimon, Agumon. I don't even know which one Agumon was. I'll be honest with you.
The dinosaur one.
Oh, the orange one.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You see, man, I saw something the other day, and it named him something else. I don't know if like Japanese have a different name for him, but they named him something completely different. That's what I thought too. I don't know. Whatever. That's what I get for trusting the Japanese. Am I right? No, I'm kidding.
Liquid chill.
It's a joke. I just think the name is different, but yeah, I don't know. So Agumon, I'll remember that from now on. Now, nobody's ever gonna tell me otherwise. Go ahead.
Pokemon. Oh, like the Pokemon. I'm glad that like, I'm glad that people are playing it, and what the people that have played it are loving the game. Apparently, is what I've been hearing.
That's good to hear. And
so that's tight.
Yeah, and I guess this is what I kind of wanted to talk about here with Pokemon and their leaks, because this tends to be a thing, like an ongoing thing, especially with Pokemon. I don't know if it's just how big the fan base is or what, but yeah, I mean, you're talking about early games. We're talking about stuff like, I think Sun and Moon had some issues, Sword and Shield had some leaks, and it's not even just, I'm not even talking about just the games being out in the wild. I'm even talking about just the announcements in general. Like, there'll be an announcement way before Nintendo or the Pokemon company announces it. And yeah, so my question is, I mean, they have a major problem. What is it? Why do you think this happens?
Well, it goes even before Sword and Shield. I want to say first time I remember it was in Gen 6, because they you play the demo, and if you got the demo, you got Ash's Greninja.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, to download the demo, they didn't just give you part of the game, they gave you the whole game. So it just went from like, hey, we got the demo. Next day, data miners like, this is the entire game.
Wow. That's so Gen 6, that's the one with Froakie as a starter, the little green monkey, and the little the koala bear. The koala bear, right?
Yeah, that's Chespin.
Chespin, and then who other than the little, I don't know what he's like, chipmunk or something.
That is Chespin.
Oh, that's Chespin? Wait, so then who's the panda bear? Is the panda bear? Was he not a dude, hold on, man.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Gen 6 is Chespin, Froakie, and I forgot the fire type. I'm about to pull up my own thing. Anyway, the fire type. But yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking Pancham is what I was thinking. Oh, I can't get the light there. Anyways, I thought he was a starter Pokemon. So he was never a starter Pokemon? Oh, okay.
No, water, fire, grass? Like, which one do you think he was?
Water, fire. I thought it was water, fire, and then you got your bear type. I don't know.
Oh, good old bear.
Yeah, you gotta trust the bears. Oddly enough, I actually beat that game. I had the Y. I had Pokemon Y, and I beat that. I started with Froakie, so dude, I'm so out of it. It's so funny.
It has been a minute though. It's okay. It's been a couple of iterations since.
Yeah, I beat that on 3DS.
Nice. Yeah, I beat it on 2DS.
Oh, that's right, the 2DS, little door wedge, a little fucking door stopper. Hell yeah.
Oh my god, that thing worked. It did exactly what it needed to do, and that's play Pokemon.
I heard it was comfortable too, surprisingly. For what it looked like. I
never had an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's just the thing in the Pokemon community, because like, you know, it's funny, in this world that we live in video games, we think of like the Star Wars and Disney, and we think like these are the megaton, like Marvel too, like these megaton. But they all pale in comparison when it comes to the rabid fan base that is Pokemon.
I gotcha.
Like, people will always underestimate how huge Pokemon is, and it's the #1 franchise on planet Earth.
Like seriously, that's a fact.
That is 100% fact.
So like Star Wars, or this is it. This is the franchise.
Pokemon over that.
Really? Wow, that's surprising. I've never heard of that. That's wild. That is wild.
You can look that shit up. No, it's wild.
I trust you.
But we always forget. And then people wonder like why Pokemon really never changes that much. Like, it's such a small incremental changes throughout the multiple years.
Right.
And it's like, because it's such a massive machine. The Pokemon Company now is, because, you know, they have their mangas, they have the show, they have movies, they have the games. Like, these are all, and the card game too, these are all cogs in the machine of Pokemon. Like, things come out, like, it's amazingly impressive. Force de France that fucking Pokemon is right now. It's just insane, because you have all these things, and they always come out in one, like, like, all right, the new show's coming out because the new game's coming out. That means new cards in it, and it just runs. And Pokemon's never had the issue. There has been issues with it borrowing assets from previous games.
Okay.
But when you think about it, like, not as a fanboy, and you take a step back and you realize the behemoth that Pokemon Company is now, you kind of have to, like, I get it, I guess. I don't like it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, games do that nowadays. You know, Call of Duty does it. Hell, Disney does it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that, you know, just sharing the assets and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's not too crazy. I think it's fair. You know what I'm saying? It's their property. Why not? You know.
And going back to the Game Boy, I saw some people like walking around in the world. I love the art style. I didn't know how
Same.
to feel about it. And
Really?
I'm like, it reminds me of Link's. Is it Link's Awakening?
You got it.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I don't know if Nintendo's like working in shop with like ideas. I'm like, this was like perfect. It lets you know that it's like an important Pokemon title,
Right.
but it's not like Sword and Shield. It's not like those.
Yeah.
It lets you know that it's smaller, but it's still as important. And it's funny because those looks are deceptive. Because of these data leaks, we now know that the post-credit game, after you beat the Elite Four and you do what you're supposed to do, it becomes maybe the hardest Pokemon game of all time.
That's you saying that is pretty exciting, because like, don't get me wrong, like I hear hardest Pokemon, I don't want to play it. Like, I think it's exciting for someone who's like a diehard Pokemon fan, right? Like me, after I beat the Elite Four, that's it for me. If once I roll credits, I'm like, I'm turning it off. I don't want to see what happens next. I don't care about what happens next. I just might though. It depends, because like, when you find out some of the Pokemon that you know that you might get in this game that you may have not gotten before. I'm not gonna say it because obviously spoilers, but yeah, we already said it earlier. But we figure with those Pokemon, and then some like they're bringing back, I think, the VS Seeker, if I'm not mistaken. So stuff like that is where you can keep sort of grinding. I mean, eventually, I would imagine you got to be able to easily pass it, right? No, am I wrong? Yeah, like that's what I want to hear. Like, why? What am I missing?
Okay. There's something called EV training. Now I know your kids at home. What is EV training?
Yeah,
Don't worry.
put us on.
We may have a. I'm gonna give you the TLDR. It is essentially a way to maximize the stats of every Pokemon, like towards something. So if you want a certain Pokemon to have a high attack stat,
Right,
or high speed, or high defense, something, you can train a Pokemon to in that specific way. How do you do it, Chris? I think you have to. There's certain Pokemons that will raise that stat up, but you don't see it. Until Gen 6 was the first game you could actually see it. People figured it out because they got into the guts. And you'll realize when you beat certain wild Pokemon, they will increase by leveling up one stat.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it becomes a thing, and then that's not. You're like, Chris, that sounds pretty hard, because now you can have someone that outspeeds you,
right?
Like, and you can't do nothing about it. That's not the hardest part.
Oh God!
It's supposed to have competitive move sets. It's like, and that's a whole different rigmarole.
Wow.
That means like the team has so many moves, they're meant to interlock together, and here we go. And with the EV training and that, we're talking about like legitimately a very serious difficulty spike. And I don't know how the audience is going to react to it.
I think the fact that it's post credits, I think it's fine. I don't think there'll be a problem, because you figure, like I said, with me, I'm fully content with post credits. Like, I beat Sword and Shield. I don't think I said that on the stream actually, or I mean, sorry, the podcast, but I did beat Sword and Shield, and there is stuff to do after the credits. I didn't care. I was just like, nope. Like, but then again, I wasn't a big fan of Sword and Shield. Like, as we started getting closer towards the end of it, like I started like I didn't care about it too much. So I fell off of it. Like, I say I fell off, but yeah, I beat the game, so whatever. But I beat the game, but it's like, so as soon as I rolled the credits, I'm like, because like apparently there's like a final battle with Hop you can go after. You can go where he's got like his, one of his legendary Pokemon, and then you've got other stuff like that you can do, and I'm just like, I don't care, just get me out of here. Let's on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like, get me on to the next one. I'm still watching Pokemon Journeys though. That's pretty cool. It's so funny because and not to sidetrack a little bit, but Pokemon Journeys, like, they really are selling the Pokemon Go aspect of it, because they're just like, yeah, dude, it's so funny because they're like using Pokemon Go lingo. Oh, like, you can use this to do that. I'm like, whoa, that's straight out of Pokemon Go. Like, what are y'all talking about? And like other trainers like pulling out their phones and shit, and like doing shit like Pokemon Go based. And I'm just like, oh, they're trying to like just make like incorporate it in some way so it feels like it's definitely unified. It's definitely like some type of, it's a big deal essentially, So I'm like, I like that.
The president of Nintendo has openly said, he's like, Pokemon Go is my favorite thing I've ever done in Pokemon.
By the way, did you see the I guess the stuff they're working on with Pokemon Go, where you use your camera and you can see all around you, see them in the wild? I saw that last night doing research for the Pokemon Leaks. Blew my fucking mind. Holy shit.
Thing, you know what's the wild thing? Me and Ivan, when we were out there grinding Pokemon Go the summer of 2016, and we were like, imagine if this gets big enough where we can see the Pokemon in real time. And apparently Niantic was like, hold my beer, bro. We just need that technology to catch up.
Pokemon Go's been out for 5 years? Wow, I had no idea. That's crazy. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right, dude. That's insane, man. That's
we don't have the glasses technology, but maybe the phone, and they were like, this is working on real code.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, dude, this is sick, dude.
How sick would it be going to a park and then there's just Pokemon everywhere?
Yeah, and they're like going with it, like, oh, they know that's a tree, they know these are bushes, they know like, you know what I'm saying, they're aware of it, so they're not in the middle of the road, like they know this is water and you'll see a fucking Lapras or something.
Oh, bro, there's a part of me that seriously thinks if I went to like a lake and I would go look around and I see a Lapras, I think I'd cry a little bit.
Really?
Bro, I think it would be like, Chris, your dream as a child just came true.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be the only one. I think there'd be several people in the same exact boat.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, man. Oh my.
I wouldn't do it because I'm not a little bitch. I'm actually a man who's of my word. But other than that,
you subpar Call of Duty. Get out of here. Let's talk about real man things like Pokemon. All right. Yeah. All right. God damn.
But yeah, overall, I don't know if you have anything else to say about the leaks.
I'm excited for them. I'm excited for this game, and the thing is, now I want this game to succeed. Because before, I'm like, I might skip it because it's real close to Halo. But I'm like, but then when I saw the competitive stuff, and I was like, what if this is the test trial for a more like hardcore Pokemon game? And if you know what I'm saying, I'm like, what if this is the like, hey, let's test it out, but not kind of sorta. So I'm like, well, now I want to buy into it, play it. Maybe Nintendo and Pokemon Company will be like, hey, people want a little bit of a challenge. And I'm not saying I'm the best Pokemon trainer. Those days are behind me. Well, not really. When it comes to Pokemon Go, I still throw down on the phone.
Oh,
but like, don't get it twisted. I ain't a punk. Like, catch me in the Great League. Catch me in the Great League. How about that? Anyway, but for those who know, you know. See, Call of Duty. Call of Duty Club over here.
I'm just a man of my word.
Oh. I hate you. I'm so mad. You don't know. But yeah, it just makes me excited at the possibility at a more serious Pokemon Go, which makes the competitive scene maybe better. Okay. And I am here for that because I'm like, Pokemon, for as massive as it is, the competitive scene, it's good. It should be better. Interesting.
Okay. Now, when you say competitive, are you talking about gaming, or are you talking about cards, or just talking about all of it? Like, what are we talking?
Yes.
Okay. Solid yes.
Hey, Pokemon Go got in the competitive scene officially this season too.
Oh yeah? But you're not getting into it? You're not doing it?
Thing is, I'm a little out of it. Like, I'm a couple seasons behind. Like, I was about to get nerdy. All right, don't you ask the question.
No, yeah, it's fine.
I'm like, bro, that'd be tight. Because, you know, I was like a local legend. Not a local legend, but like, you know, you win a couple like local tournaments and you're like, huh, shit. And it sucked because personal stuff was happening on, and I actually went to a regional tournament. I was just totally unprepared. There was like a new meta that day and I couldn't prep for it, and I got washed by the new meta because it literally came out that day during the tournament to try to get you. They were like, if you would have won and won by enough points, they would have flew you out for the first tournament.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. I don't like telling that story. That shit burns me.
Yeah,
I was just completely out of it.
Damn.
It's stupid real life getting in the way of my Pokemon.
Well, hell, I don't think I have anything else to say about Pokemon Leaks. I don't, unless you have anything. I think we should change the subject before you throw a chair or something.
Throw the chair I'm in.
You just throw yourself with the chair and everything. Just toss yourself up. That would be impressive. All right. So now that's going to take us then to the lot. For those who don't know, it's a list of transactions. If you want to be part of the lot, You can get your name called out, or you can get whatever you want called out. Your channel, whether that be YouTube, Twitch. It helps us here. It's, for at least $1, you can go ahead and just throw it our way. It gives you some extra content as well that you get early. So it's a good time. What else could you really get for $1 these days? Not including tax, neither. No taxes. So just throwing it out there. It's just $1.
Yeah.
It's a selling point. All right. So that being said, we're kicking it off to the lot because we've got some drama, boy, and I bet you're all here for it. All right, so we're gonna start off as we do per usual. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna Alex is, he's here. For those who don't know Alex, he's King_Shadow or King Shadow _1 WON. That's on Twitch. You could check him out. Alex, thank you for your time, you little bastard. I hate you. Yeah, I think it's fair, right? Show him some love. Next on the list, we have Jessica, the Greek salad.
Salad?
Yeah, salad. 2 salads. But yeah, just showing her support. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, Jess.
Then we have the ever forgettable Nung.
Nung, bro. She's just, God.
She's yeah, I don't. Yeah, she's been with us for a while, since day one, essentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, she's been like pretty much day one.
Yeah, and she just forgot about her subscription, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We don't remind her.
Yeah, exactly. Next on the list, we got Patrick, aka Patty Cakes. How you doing?
Patrick, I need to hang out with some of these people, but I'm not going to. Who am I kidding?
Oh man, that's. Then we have Andreas, Daddy Warbucks.
Now the thing is, Andres did something I can't share yet.
Oh, is it job related though?
No, not job related.
Okay, because we were keeping up with it.
Monday. He starts Monday, I think.
He starts Monday? Oh.
Well, in this air, but I don't think I'm training him. I think they know that we're friends and they don't want us to train.
Ah, jerks.
Yeah, and that's not even bad because I would have taught him correctly. And I'm like, oh, this is great, dude. That means like when he's like driving, I could just put video game shit on. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. 100%.
You can put the microtransaction on. Yeah, just throwing it out there. Then next on the list, we have Ani, my significant other. Short stuff.
Oh my god, Ani, just what is it called? An astrologist? Someone who's into that.
Yeah, she's into astrology. She's into. Yeah, astrology is the best way to put it. The stars.
But what would you call someone who's an astrologist? Like, it's their shit, right?
Yeah, astrologist. Yeah, we'll call it. I call him crazy, but whatever.
We're all a little crazy.
But yeah, my significant other. It's funny every morning. Like, I'm up before her. I work, and then she'll wake up, and I'm just like, I always greet with a hey hot stuff. That's how I always start the morning. Oh, dude, it's so funny, and she knows that if don't say hot stuff, something's wrong. Next.
Where's my hot stuff?
What happened?
She gets magic. Where's my hot stuff?
Yeah, where's the hot stuff at? Next on the list we have Josh, aka Infinite Neo. Catch him on Twitch.
Josh,
back and stronger than ever, baby.
Bro, wait. Did you miss somebody or?
No, we're still going on the list. There's more. Okay. You talking about Justin?
They were doing it in order.
Yeah, with all the new subs, because we've got some new ones. Yeah. It's kind of throwing the list out of whack a little bit. So my apologies for those who are very OCD.
My bad. Josh, my Forza partner, we're cruising. He wants more. Like, it's funny because I thought I was gonna play the least with him, and it ended up I'm playing the most with him.
You're damn right.
And I'm having a blast. Hey guys, if you have Game Pass, go play Forza.
It's good. It is good. I've tried it. Yeah, definitely really good. Yeah, Forza friends, baby. You gotta love the Forza friends. Then we've got Justin Angel Torres, aka Tampa Cornflake.
Justin, yeah, I was so proud of him the other day. He picked up a controller. He found his roots again. The one day we were all playing Forza together. He got on it, bro. I don't even want to show my Xbox controller because yours is so nice.
What can I say, dude? I'm an Xbox fanboy. What do you want me to tell you, bro?
I look at this Daystrike and I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but like, it's not as cool.
Yeah, like, do you even play Xbox, guy? Like, what is it?
Do I?
I don't know. I don't see any Halo posters.
The poster got blocked.
It's coming. It'll come.
Another poster. I had another Halo poster come, probably be like right here.
Nice.
But
In
it's funny
due
'cause
time.
in real life, it's gonna be really unsettling. Hopefully, anyway, I digress.
It'll be fine.
But yeah, be alright.
Justin.
But Justin, what was I gonna say? Yeah. I just, maybe one day he'll remember his roots.
Back to the controller. Yeah, I kind of threw it out of whack here. Josh, top 3 donator. You know what I'm saying? He's in 3rd place. You know what I'm saying? Then next on the list, coming out of nowhere for just a brief moment, taking the number 1 spot, briefly, we've got Ivan. What's Ivan's tag? Oh, Terrible Ivan 813 on the Twitch. I'm throwing his stuff out there.
I'm gonna pimp his stuff out before we get into the rigmarole of it.
Let's hear it.
The thing is, Ivan is in the slow process of restarting up the YouTube channel I used to be a part of.
Nice.
Will I pop my head there once in a while? Maybe me and Liquid one day. Who knows? But it's the focal point. He has an Instagram too under the same title. It's pretty uniformed. He has a good eye for photography.
Yep.
So he wants to start 2.0. He is working on something. It's like a thing.
Okay.
And I think he's gonna post it on YouTube too. But he's working on it. And by the way, I didn't bully him into this.
Really? I assumed automatically. I'm like, yo, Chris went after Ivan, and by the way, let me make something right here, because I said Ivan. Yes, Focal Point Exposure is the full name. I know him as Ivan personally. You know what I'm saying? We're good friends. And for those who don't know, if you watch our thumbnails, you see some of us on there. That's all Ivan. Ivan took those pictures, and maybe we might be due for another photo shoot. We'll see.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. So, he's the one who took the pictures. If you like these beautiful faces on those thumbnails, you know who to call. Focal Point Exposure. Show him some love.
Yeah. He does do work, literally.
Yeah.
No, I didn't bully him at all. I went from like a thing at work, came back, and he's like, "How do I link up my Patreon?" And I'm like, "Whoa, let's go to." I know Patreon. I went to our shit. I was like, right there. I was like, "Here you go." And then I left, and I came back, and then the world exploded.
Yeah. So he upped it. We had obviously the number 1 every week. You've heard his name, and you're gonna hear it again. But I just want to let the people know Ivan took that number 1 spot for a brief moment. As soon as our original number 1 found out, well, he upped his pledge, and now he's back to number 1 again. So that being said, Matt's our number 1 again.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. The number 1 stunner. I don't know if you can see it real well. My brother Matt, the marathon man himself, just realizing, saw the competitor come out of the woods, didn't fear not. He's like, I fear no man. Upped his pledge, bro.
Nice. Yeah, Marathon Matt. He's the man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna start calling him Marathon Matt. Why not? That's his new name. Yeah, obviously. But yeah, that's it. That's the list. Again, if you
list.
What? Did I? Wait, I'm starting to think.
Oh, maybe it didn't go through.
I don't see anything on this list, Chris. So.
Yeah, I think there's a reason for that, but that's fine.
Hey, maybe there is.
Is the Elden Ring herself? I'm gonna say because it's a situation.
Okay, hey, you know what? That's fine. Free shout out, Liz. We hope hopefully we'll see you. It's sometime in the future. Whatever it is, hopefully you're working it out. Thank you for your support. As it is.
Yeah. And thank everybody. Honestly.
Yeah, of course.
You're helping us out. There's gonna be probably sooner than later some upgrades to the channel, and it couldn't be done without your direct patron. So yet again, thank you for buying in, moving us forward, and all around just helping us out.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Much appreciated. All right, so next on the agenda, we're going to be talking about, well, kind of like I guess a little bit of what we talked about last week, but we're going to get a little more deeper into it here. Forza, it came out. You mentioned earlier that you and Josh, aka Infinite Neo, just having a blast on Forza, just Forza friends, just ripping and tearing through Mexico, and we wanted to talk about what else, what's next. Like I know we talked about like major pillars off the air. Chris, what do we expect? Oh, go ahead. You got something for me.
Liquid, you have to understand. All right, before we get into the future Xbox, we were excited, appropriately so, for Forza.
Right.
And me and Josh has just been cruising up and down Mexico, having a great time, been awesome. Really didn't know that even Forza had a battle royale.
No, yeah.
Played that, and that was hella fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time playing the game. Now I got to sink my teeth into it really, and absolutely enjoying it. And this is my first racing game ever, and I can say I think I will always at least give Forza a download. You know what I mean? I always come in and check it out from now on. Like, Forza made me a believer.
Nice.
Okay. And for those people who are watching us whoa, did anybody else like Forza? A lot of people like Forza because it is now officially Microsoft Studio most played game ever.
Oh wow, interesting. Are they talking about since Game Pass, or just we're talking about of all time?
I think since the conception of Microsoft Studios.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it I think it tripled the number of the amount of people in the previous Forza.
Oh wow, damn.
The player base is went up by 3, and now people are why is the internet working but not really working sometimes?
Right.
And they're yeah, it's just 3 times the amount of people we thought it was gonna be.
Ooh, yeah.
And you're
sure.
Ooh.
Sounds like a good problem to have.
And, yeah, it's the problem you want.
Sure.
It sucked because me and Liquid couldn't play together, but me, Justin, and Josh, we got to play together, and we were cruising around, checking on our cars, and seeing the what is it, Drivatar?
Is that what it's called? Drivatar? Really?
I think it's a Drivatar, and it's cool because Liquid will be in I'll do a race, and I see Liquid, and I'm get off my road, and I'm just fucking drifting around him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's cool because then Matt will show up too, and my other people, Major Nelson, will come in. I could see, bro. Major Nelson has been playing the crap out of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I'm Major Nelson is number 1 on my list on Forza.
Wow.
Yeah, he no one does, bro. The Major's got it, but just enjoying it and seeing the growth. Now I want to get into it all nerdy.
Yeah, please.
Xbox is now in a position where we're really starting to see the fruit of the labor. Now that they have an increased fan base, we live in an era where games are hit and miss. We don't know what we're gonna get, and it's not 100% these game studios' fault because we live in unprecedented times. And Forza did exactly what it needed to do. It's to come correct. All I needed to do was say all the things it's done before. And apparently, what I've understood from talking to multiple people and watching videos and doing research is that this is just more of what Forza's already been. It's just now the world is catching up. So it makes me excited, and it puts and Forza got I think it's still hanging around a 90 on the Metacritic. I think I haven't checked it recently, but last time I checked it was 92, so I assume it went down because there's more reviews.
Right.
But the game is rock solid. People are loving it, and it seems this is finally the breakout hit that Xbox needed.
Gotcha.
To be for their party, because we'll talk about Sony's first party games and oh, but it's not PlayStation, and for good reason you say that.
Yeah.
I think Forza is the first undeniable game where you hey dude, this ain't happening on PlayStation. What do you think, Lou?
So I looked it up, and yes, still at a Metacritic as far as the Metascore, still 92, And then it says user score 8.8. I don't know. I think the user score is just the people, like the consumers, and then Metascore is like the reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, 9.2. I'm sorry, 92 is where it's at right now. So yeah, solid as hell. And I
more than solid.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I get what you're saying here. Like as far as, you know, I played it myself. I really enjoy it too. Now, I don't think I'm having as much fun as the rest of yous, but
there's a reason for that.
yeah, you know, because I'm a man of my word, and I decided to, you know, stick with my guns here. But even then, though, like I still get on every now and then. Like I'll still play. Like when everybody's off, I still play for like an hour. Yeah, and like I'll still play, and I'll get like 3 races, feel like I did enough, and then I'll get off. Like I treat it very just like I'll play a few races, then I'll get off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know if I play more, I'm gonna get tired of it. That's just how I am with race. Not to the fault of the game though. That's just how I am with racing games. That's how I am with fighting games as well. It's the exact same thing. So yeah, but I guess I've thought of this as well, like what, you know, everything you're saying as far as, you know, what we're seeing and stuff like that. And I don't get me wrong, I think the game looks great. Here, my problem though is that I almost feel like, and I feel like this is good for Xbox and Game Pass. I just feel like the way the world is right now, and the way, you know, we're using the, like, well, with the pandemic and stuff like that, and the development of games, for some reason some games are seem to be working better than others, you know. And like I know you mentioned about the whole, you know, PlayStation's not doing this, and they're not, you know. I mean, granted, we got Gran Turismo that's supposed to be coming in March. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. Like we'll see. You know, I hopefully it does, but if, you know, we'll take a look at it. We'll find out. But my whole thing is, this is where I'm having a sort of like is it though? So I'm going to use Guardians of the Galaxy as an example. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, got like an 8. I'm looking at the Metacritic score, 81. Still solid, right? Me personally, I don't think that game's an 81. I think it's a great game. I don't think it's worth $60. I don't think it's worth I think it's worth more around $40, to be honest with you. And I don't think it's an 8 out of 10 neither. I think it's more of a 7.5 out of 10. Like the beginning, maybe the music's great, but as you get towards the end, you start seeing some of the bugs, because like, there's times where I'm playing and the audio just cuts out. I'm just like it just completely breaks the immersion. And my whole thing is, I'm wondering, maybe could it be that Game Pass that allows you to, you know, try all these games, especially the Xbox first party studios, because we're gonna start saying that. Could it be that it's just we don't have anything right now, or it's been very, you know, slim as far as what's available right now, that these games are getting a little bit more, because like they gave Forza, or IGN gave Forza 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I look at Forza, and even though I like it, I don't think it's worth that high. Granted, to a person who's really into racing game, maybe, you know. But for me, for what I see, I think it looks great. But I don't know if it's worth that much. But then again, I'm not a racing guy, so I take it with a grain of salt is what I'm trying to get at here. But I just feel like, could it possibly be, or this is how I'm feeling, is that maybe it has to do with just the way the gaming industry is right now. You know what I'm saying? Could it be that we have so little right now, or we have games that are coming out in such a shit state that when something does work, we're making it seem higher than what it is? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I completely crazy for thinking that? Like that?
Okay, I there's a couple things there.
Okay.
Let's start off with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is actually a victim of the trailer and you being like, meh. And then it did more than you thought it was gonna do, and that's why I think it has more generous scores.
Okay.
And you said a 7.5 and an 8. Like you're I feel like that's like kind of a splitting a hair thing.
Sure.
You know, you can lean it either way. That means like it depends what kind of, like, you know, scores are difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like around that. You know, and you know, since we're not racing guys, I'm like calling it a perfect 10. Like even I'm loving Forza.
Yeah.
But would I give a racing game a 10 out of 10? Don't get me wrong, like Forza is the only game that I've ever played, but I'm like, it made me do something I never did and make me want to do more of it. And I'm like, that has to mean something. And it seems universally that everyone's just loving it, and the games online is having issues, and no one seems to care. And a lot of people actually are playing it like you are playing it, where they do a couple races and they get off, they get back on, or they'll get like a car and grind for it, then get it, and they're like, yay! And it seems like that's the good thing about Forza, that it's almost just like it's hardcore enough for the grind, but the thing is, it throws progression at you left and right.
Yes,
You
it
know what
does.
I'm saying? So, but the thing is, but like you say, like it's a negative thing. Like sometimes the connotation behind it is that it's a negative thing. I'm like, what's wrong with being rewarded for the game you're playing?
Sure, no,
Like
yeah,
Call
no,
of
I don't think there's
Duty,
anything wrong with that.
Like I use Call of Duty as an example. They were the people to innovate that process where you kill someone plus 10.
Right.
You're like, ooh, like I got a kill and I got something for it, and then like the
the dopamines go crazy, they go wild.
Ooh, and so Forza, with the eyes and the world on Forza, the thing is, when I think of Xbox, and well, let me get back to the other point before I get to that one.
Okay.
You say the lack of games. I'm like, I think, technically speaking, this, bro, we've been getting games left and right, dog. You really think about it? It's just we're not getting games from a certain person that we're used to.
You see, I don't like, because I feel like Nintendo's in the same boat, because you're talking about PlayStation, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like Nintendo's in the same boat. I mean, they're coming out with a Pokemon remastered. That's not really anything new. The only thing that's new, it's not coming out till next year. So, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at two games that are remastered, essentially the same game. You can't even call them two games. They're the same game. Pokemon Pearl and Diamond. Those are the same game, right?
Oh yeah, those are the same. Yeah.
So you're only getting one game out of Pokemon, like one big game out of Nintendo. So I feel like Nintendo's suffering along with it with PlayStation as well.
But Metroid came out last month, and Pokemon is one of the Pokemon technically is the biggest game that comes out on Nintendo.
Sure, no, absolutely. But I feel like even though you're the biggest game, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about I don't feel like the gaming, there's not enough games right now. Like I feel like there's not, you're not seeing as much. And you're right, Pokemon is the biggest thing Nintendo probably has. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it was the biggest property of like, or what do you call it? The biggest I don't know, property, IP, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I get that, but I'm just talking about like actually like these multiple games. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Metroid, and yes, I get Pokemon's coming out, you know, but besides that, what else is Nintendo?
Came out, Battlefield's happening right now. What comes out next? Something's happening next week. We'll get to that soon.
Okay.
But like, because you know, and Xbox is having their 15th anniversary, so we'll get to that in a little bit.
20th, right? 20th anniversary.
20th, did I say it's happening on the 15th?
On the 15th, right.
Anniversary.
I got you.
And we will talk about that. You know, and what Call of Duty just came out for? Then you have Pokemon, and then something. I feel like I'm drawing a blank right now, but there's something in between, and Halo, obviously,
right,
to pretty much wrap up the year. And then we had the video game awards, like we're starting to hear murmurings about that. So Jeff Keighley and his yeah. So I'm like, it feels like there's a bunch of shit, because I feel like I'm always like, every week there's like, we're playing something new.
You feel like, you see, oh man, I guess I don't get that feeling. Like,
and Grand Theft Auto, the remake just came out.
I can't count that either. It's just essentially the same games. You're just remake. Like I'm talking about, but I'm talking about something new. What do you mean? They're just reskinned. There's nothing new about them.
Isn't that, well, it's like, well,
essentially, if anything,
you can play it. If you're not on PC, if you can play it, like a lot of these people, I never played San Andreas, so for me it's a brand new game, and a lot of people, San Andreas is a brand new game. And
not only that, San Andreas apparently looks broken as shit. Like, these games are coming out in these, back to my that one point where I was saying that they're coming out in these states, and these are the states they're coming out in. You know, I just feel like, yeah, maybe we are giving the games that do work a little bit more credit, because hey, you know, I'm not saying that they don't deserve it. You know, you should get credit, but maybe we're giving them a little bit more because the fact that, I don't know, they just work. Because you said it yourself, you know, this has been more or less around like what Forza's offered in the past. So, but I'm just like, then why is it now a 10? If it's been more or less, you know, what's been offering in the past.
It's always been like 8. I think it's always hovered around like 8.59.
Right, but I would imagine there's got to be.
I'm conceding your point actually.
Right.
I'm getting I think there's some validation and some validity to what you're saying, and I agree.
And to top that off, you just said the online doesn't even work sometimes, right? Like nobody's complaining about it.
Issues.
But you said nobody's really complaining about it, and that's what
I
I'm
meant
trying to
it
get
more
at.
because the game is so much fun, and we had no problems getting to the battle royale.
Mhm.
But I guess when you try to do like directly to somebody, I guess it's an issue. But like I said, I only experienced that issue with you, and I know other people like it was a day one thing, and then after that they didn't really have that problem. The only time we tried was day one.
Right? And I get that. And that's fine here.
It was like, oh
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like cutting you off, my bad.
No, go ahead.
We're having nice off.
No, I need to see. I need to hear more. But you saying what else?
No, and I know they did something on their end, and I think a hot fix already came through.
Okay.
So I think like by now it's already fixed.
Which is
Definitely
fine.
by the time this releases, it's already fixed.
No, that's great. More and much appreciated. Great, absolutely, it should be fixed. But my whole thing is that when the game was reviewed, it was reviewed in the state that it's in. You know what I'm saying? Not the patches that come later, right?
It's pre-release, but yeah, I know what you're getting at.
But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, I just want to know why is it, if it's been more or less the same thing, if even the online had a little, even if it's just a little bit of issues, what sent this over the top? I know what you're saying. Forza's been hovering around that 8-9, and that's great. But what's so different about this one that just sent it off the edge? Could it be maybe just simple fact that it's on Game Pass? Does that give it a little bit extra points so you don't have to pay a little bit more? Granted, I think that's a great thing. I don't know if that should be counted for a review, personally.
I don't know.
But that's where I'm at. That's what I'm feeling. That's
you see. The thing is, I'm not saying you're wrong because I don't agree. I think you're bringing super validated points. But I'm like, aren't all video games like you put them up to the current climate of games that are coming out? Like, doesn't that always kind of go into video games? You don't think of like when you're reviewing Forza and you give it a 10, you're not thinking about like Super Mario 92. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not like. You're not doing that. You think of like the current climate. Like, if anything, the most you get the last couple of years. And since I don't know well enough about last Forza Horizon to really like articulate to be like what's better and what's worse.
Right.
But what I hear is that Forza 4 was absolutely awesome, and this is awesome. So it just seems like more of the good thing was just like all we needed was more, and it's apparently Forza's like here you go, and that was it. I don't know. I don't know if, like I said before, I don't know if I'd give it a 10.
Right. Look, okay, well, hey, even
that's a me thing.
Forza Horizon 4 is sitting at 92 for Metacritic as well, apparently.
Oh.
So yeah,
okay.
About the same. So yeah, or
maybe
literally
it
the
has
same.
more eyes on it now.
You know what? That could be it. Maybe it is that it just has more eyes on it. I don't know. My whole thing is like I hope we're not going down that route that where.
I think we are.
Well, wait. As far as what?
I'm sorry. I'm cutting you. My bad. That's my bad.
No, it's fine. No, well, my whole thing is like I hope we're not going down that route where we're just sort of we're giving games like extra like kudos points essentially for just working. Right when I feel like the game should work. I feel like you deduct points if it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? If it works, sure, it should. I mean, that should be a 5 or whatever the hell you want to set it as or whatever number it is. But I don't think it deserves anything more than that. That's just where I'm at. I'm hoping that's not what's happening. Granted, I don't have anything to go by to prove that this is what's happening. It just feels like it. Like I said, the only other game that I had was that Guardians of the Galaxy, and maybe you're right. Maybe it had to do with the trailer. That was a little lackluster. You know what I'm saying? And you could be 100% right. I guess only time will tell. Obviously. And yeah, go from there, I guess.
Yeah. And getting into but the thing is, Liquid, I agree with you. I feel like we've both points and meshed them together to make one harmonic thing.
Right.
But I think eventually it is going to affect reviews because games are going to come out so broken that things are going to pump up. This gives this when I'm like, there's no way Halo could be perfect. Remember when we said that on this show?
Right.
I'm like, it doesn't have campaign co-op. You can't give it a 10 out of 10
anymore. You can't give a game of the year.
I don't think that's the case anymore. That blows my mind. Think that's the world we live in. But that's where we're at. And I think we're in the good times of that, Liquid. I don't see this getting better. Because the world hasn't recouped. We're still getting the leftovers
right
of 2019 work.
Right.
That's gonna run out, and it's running out, and we see that because everything's getting delayed.
Sure, you're absolutely right. I think no, that's a great point. And yeah, like, well, the whole thing is that, like, and granted, I agree. I think games are going to be, they're going to be coming out like that. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to see that more. But and with Game Pass, it does help because you don't have, you're not taking a chance. You're not paying a full $60, a full $70 on a game that could possibly not work. You know what I'm saying? Or that could possibly be completely trash. My whole thing is then
That's the whole point of Game Pass.
But now when Game Pass starts increasing its prices, because obviously it will eventually, right? It has to. Do we still treat it the same way? Are we still, or do we expect more? That's what I'm asking.
Value is gonna dictate what it is, but then you have to realize what's the value in it. What is the value I'm receiving now?
Right.
And if you feel like you're getting tens of games that are tens, they're bangers. You're trying new games you would have never tried before because you don't have to have that $60 buy-in. It's just on the $15 a month. Then if it goes up, you're just like, you know what? Oh, how many great games I played that I would have never played because of Game Pass? Yo, throw a couple more bucks on there.
Right.
A couple more, and I think that's just I think the price is gonna go up, and until the number becomes ridiculous, which I don't see happening. People want to say it's gonna happen sooner than later. I don't think we're gonna get. I think you might see small incremental.
Right. I think so
they
too.
can't just yank it.
No.
I think you maybe get $1, $2 more here, there. But the thing is, by then we're gonna have Forza. We're gonna have, and Forza is a yearly title, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, it's Horizon and then Motorsport Horizon. It usually switches, I believe.
So you're gonna have Forza now. Now in the gaming community is considered a proven entity. As of right now, everyone's like Forza kicks ass. Like now when Gran Turismo comes out, it's not gonna be like, yeah, but what about Forza? It's like, how does this compare to Forza? That's just a conversation that's gonna be had. Then we're gonna have Halo, and if Halo just does what it says it's going to do, it doesn't have to do more. It doesn't have to do it just has to do what it says it's gonna do.
Right.
And then people are gonna be like, oh my fucking god, you know what I'm saying? Because Battlefield day one, and I know it's day one, guys, and but it's already having server issues.
Right. Like you said, yeah, sure, day one, but yeah.
And Call of Duty, we'll get into later. But Liquid, to lighten the load, to lighten the mood, before we move on to our next topic, because I don't know how long we've been talking. Boy, I love talking to you, sexy, handsome boy. And all the kids at home, yo, you cute, you cute, you cute, you cute. But Xbox is having the 15th anniversary.
20th.
And are you ready for a little conspiracy corner?
I am. 20th, Chris. 20th anniversary. You keep saying the 15th.
Oh, I did it again!
You really did. But yeah, I'm so ready, dude. I live for this. Let's go.
There is a rumor. Then take this with the biggest grain of salt.
Will do.
But as of recording this episode, they're going to shadow drop Halo's multiplayer.
Did they say what date? Anybody said anything like that as far as when?
On the 15th.
Oh, okay. So when the 20th anniversary goes down.
Yes. Because somebody in an interview said, if you're a fan of Halo, you may want to watch the 15th or 20th anniversary. I caught myself that time.
Nice.
And somebody else on Reddit that's had credible leaks.
Okay.
Also said it. Because he also released the new stage. He leaked that before anyone saw the video, before IGN had their thing.
Okay. I'm going to call bullshit straight off the bat. I am. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be a thing. I just don't on a Monday. And granted, it wouldn't be crazy because one of the things I'm thinking of here, because we know the multiplayer is free for everyone. You don't even have to have Game Pass for the multiplayer. Anybody can play it. So, which I'm excited for because I do, you know what I'm saying? I want to play. I'd rather play it on Steam than anything. But, so yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be fucking awesome if they did do that. But I just, for some reason, I don't know why, call me crazy, the fact that that's on a Monday, You know what I'm saying? And then the campaign will be coming out on a Wednesday, essentially. Like, so you're saying a campaign, like we talk. So, okay, man, I got to go back even further, because you and I had a conversation off the air, off the channel here, where we were talking about, is it crazy that it's coming out on a Wednesday? The game coming out on a Wednesday. And you made a great point where you said, well, it's that way they can say, hey, look how many people we have online, you know, joining in and playing the game, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, cool. You know, like, get them a little, get ahead of the weekend, essentially. But now you're talking about on a Monday? Like, Monday, I feel like that's one of the worst days to do it on, though. Am I wrong? Am I crazy on a Monday? I don't know. That's what I can't wrap my head around, is the fact that they would release it on a Monday.
Look, I'm so happy you brought up that point that I said earlier, because the thing is, if you put it out on a Monday, right, word of mouth gets around. That means they believe in themselves. All right, that means we get the 343 that's throwing out a little through the jab at the trailer. When you got the Banshee and they shot the other one, it was totally a shot at Battlefield, right? And if it comes out on Monday, it just stabs the heart of Battlefield, stops the hype dead in its tracks, because no, Battlefield has not been as hyped as Halo. That's just that's
a fact. Right.
So if it comes out Monday, and you said on a Monday, it's not a Monday. It's the 20th anniversary of Xbox. Or if they do that, anything can happen on Xbox, and it pushes this narrative now. It makes it like, yo, who would have thought we would have got Halo? Your eyes are glazed over. You are not listening to me.
No, I am.
I'm talking to you at home.
Oh, you told, they told me. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I am listening. But go ahead.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. But if this happens, Liquid, on the 20th anniversary, gets everyone re-psyched, re-hype, and then the word of mouth starts getting around. Or, oh, this is happening. Oh, he's playing this. Oh, bro, did you try it? Try it. It's free. Then you start building up numbers, and I think they want the incline, what we said about Wednesday, to go up even higher, because Wednesday, most of us are gonna be playing that campaign, baby. You know, we gotta see what's going on with Chief, especially after all the stuff that IGN's been putting out. That campaign look chef kisses. All right. Especially you get that 4K. Oh boy, I was watching that 4K trailer today. I was like, God, damn, this is a cute ass game. By the way, I can't stress enough, huge grain of salt. You shouldn't probably believe in this, but I say shush all that shit away.
Okay.
We're playing Halo today, boys. That's right, guys.
Oh yeah, the time of this recording, we're playing it right now. Okay. What was I gonna say? There's another point I wanted to make here. Okay. Where'd it go? I just wanted to make sure. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna fill up while you're looking for that.
Okay, I got it.
I'm just saying, guys. Anything's possible with the power of Game Pass.
That would be. I'm just looking at the dates here, right? And this is where my biggest concern stands as far as Halo, is because we talk about Battlefield, we talk about Vanguard and how shitty it's doing, but I feel like that's not who it's competing against. I feel like it's also competing against Warzone. Right? I feel like it's a big competitor that we don't really talk about, because we think of it in just the arena shooter sense, essentially, right? We don't think of it as the going up against battle royales, which is essentially what everybody loves nowadays. Right, that's kind of who everybody competes with. Even Call of Duty essentially competing with themselves, right? If you really think about it. So if this comes out, this would come out on Monday, right? So that'd be the 15th. That would be 1, 2. So it'd be approximately a little over 2 weeks, right? 1, 2, yeah, 2 weeks before the new map drops. So,
and I'm gonna say this right now: they don't have a thing to worry about with that new map.
Because you think it's going to be broken.
It is going to be broken because the game is currently broken. Warzone is currently broken. Call of Duty is such a sorry shambles, and no one's fucking talking about it.
Why do you think nobody's talking about it, though?
Because people, hey guys, I've been there. I played Reach. Hey guys, Reach is a great game. And I didn't want to believe the game I love, the franchise I love, was bad. But guess what? Right now, Call of Duty is in a slump. A serious slump. And that's why I'm saying, if this happens, which yet again, don't think it is, but yet again, 100% gonna happen. All it needs to do it, and because it's gonna be broke down, the anti-cheat's already broken, and you're gonna have this new map. Remember, well, they changed one thing, and then you could instantly go through the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
And it's gonna blow up on TikTok, and everyone's gonna see that, and then we're basically have a split gate situation, but except now there's Halo.
So now you say Warzone is at a would you say, you use the word, is it like at a decline, that's at a slump, you said, right? In what way? In sales? Because it's not sales, right? It can't be.
Right now, I'm gonna say it's the conversation, because right now the conversation around Call of Duty. Right now, we're at the beginning of seeing the biggest crack in the armor we've ever seen in Call of Duty. We have COD streamers just straight up like, I'm not playing that shit. Like with Nick Mercs, with Dr. Disrespect, and other people are playing it, and they're just like, I guess. And Nick Mercs, he just like, he watched it, he didn't like it. He was like, the S&D looks okay, but he's like, that community is toxic as hell. He didn't want to get in it. And I'm like, we're starting to see the narrative. And like I said, and I'm not saying that people have stopped playing Call of Duty, because that's fucking ridiculous.
Right.
What I am saying is that, like, it's on his back, it's on his heavy foot, it's flat-footed right now in the ring, and right now people want to play something that looks like Battlefield. People are making fun of how shitty the textures look.
Now
I sent you a video. It's pretty great
for Battlefield. Oh, did you want for Vanguard?
Yeah. No, for Battlefield. People are doing all this cool shit, and people are like, yeah, I'm gonna play Battlefield. I'm like, man, who are you kidding, bro? Look at these textures on the floor. And it's just like the shittiest grass textures you ever seen.
Now, so, because you mentioned Nick Mercs, and I get that. You know, Nick Mercs is a big name, but he's been off of Warzone since before, like, for a while now. Like, that's been a thing, right? And now we talked about the S&D. Again, that's still going back to Vanguard itself. I just want to really focus more on Warzone, right? So, like you said, Dr. Disrespect, he left it, right? But he's been talking shit about, or he didn't leave it, right? He still plays it. He's still playing Warzone, right? He played it today?
As of recording today, but he was playing it, Warzone today.
And it's just like, and you hear his gripes with Halo. Is Halo gonna move him away from Warzone? Is my question.
I don't know.
I think
because Doc, especially if we're getting conversation when it comes to Dr. Disrespect, like, he worked on Call of Duty games. He loves Call of Duty.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and appropriately so. But I'm talking about the fact that Call of Duty is in a sorry state, and people may hold their breath for the next Call of Duty. But what happens inevitably because of the panoramic,
right?
This Call of Duty doesn't hit. Now the conversation changes.
Yeah, but we're talking about, like, I get what you're saying, but we're talking about a year out. You're talking about a year from now.
A year out.
And it's just like, who's
a Vanguard that didn't hit, a new map that could potentially be F'd in the A, cheaters still running rampant. Like, it hasn't got better. Apex is on the rise, because if you were saying more about Apex than Warzone, I'd meet you there, because Apex gets more and more people every day, while Warzone is technically losing people. I know having 1 billion people and having 10 less people is still having 1 billion people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, like, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not a juggernaut.
No, you're right. I completely agree. And because, like, my whole thing is that, and I'm glad you brought up Apex, because then that leads me to my next thing. I'm like, well, then are people going to leave Apex for Halo? The whole thing is,
they'll try it.
Yeah, exactly. I think they'll try it too. I think you're going to see and this is what I don't want it to happen, but this is what I feel like, this is what I'm afraid is going to happen, is you will see it, the influx, you will see the shift, people playing Halo, 2 weeks, maybe 3, and then you're just going to see it, well, even before that, you're going to start seeing it die, but you're going to really start seeing it die, just because I feel like arena shooters just don't hit anymore. They just don't. Even if they work, they just don't hit.
I know what you're saying, and normally I would agree with you. I think for some reason, maybe I'm just being crazy because if you want to insert, because I know because like the Halo stuff and me, but I'm like, we can insert any game there in the arena genre. I'm like, you just need a high level game that works. Right?
Sure.
And we having this thing not work and that thing not work, and this is a continuous problem that we are at the beginning of, and people think this is magically just gonna go away and things are just gonna magically get back to normal, and then it's fucking not. And I don't think, like I said in last week's episode, and I'm saying today, and I really believe it, Halo has been cut every conceivable break to succeed. And I think people say in a month, I'm like, no way, there's no way this thing, I'm like, it lasts minimum the first full season, minimum the first 3 months. It's because there's not going to be nothing. Warzone's still going to be broken. They're going to try to fix the anti-cheat. That is going to get hacked again. People are going to find things that are broken. People are still pissed off about Vanguard because zombie people are pissed.
Yeah.
Campaign people are pissed. Multiplayer people are pissed. And the thing is, the only reason why people are playing it so they can level up their guns right now.
Right. Now, because
not good.
Like you said, like people are thinking like it's gonna magically go away, and I'm right there with you. I don't think it's gonna magically go away neither. But then, what about when the next season of Halo drops? Is that gonna cause a problem? Is that gonna be solid, or is it gonna be a problem?
I think it's gonna be like every first season of every seasonal game like
right.
that. There's always gonna be like a stutter step.
So then how big does that stutter step become? How big does that stutter step sort of change the conversation when it comes to like the Halo's new season?
Well, when it comes to Halo, especially now because more eyes are going to be on it because of Game Pass, because of Forza, circling back to that, I think it's going to be on what the splash damage is going to be, because what we already kind of loosely know the roadmap ahead of Halo, at least for the next like 6 months. We know for the next half year where it's going to be the co-op multiplayer, and it's going to be then after that is Forge.
Right.
So when these two things, like co-op multiplayer, I don't think is going to be that big of a hiccup, because hopefully by then Halo would have fixed their online to a point where they can take the upload and they know the audience that they're dealing with. And when it comes to I expect more issues at Forge. I do, because there's like intended more moving pieces. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you're crazy for saying that. Absolutely. I think it's a solid point. But yeah, I mean, look, I hope it works out. I do think Call of Duty needs the competition. As much as I've loved and hated Call of Duty, I do feel like it definitely needs the competition. I'm happy that I do love the fact that Halo is going to be a traditional arena shooter. Those are my favorite multiplayer games. So yeah, I'm here for it. I guess we'll see how it works out. Yeah, man.
It's gonna be fun, man.
Sooner rather than later, man. It's around the corner, dude. And hopefully they're right. Hopefully by the time of this recording, we're playing this game and having a blast.
Bro, just so hard.
With my Forza controller.
Oh god, I'm getting embarrassed.
But yeah, Chris, any last comments you have to say to the people before we let them go? We talked enough.
Yeah, just these new eyes on the Xbox, I'm happy for, and I'm just gonna leave it like this. Maybe we'll handle this later, but it leaves a big. PlayStation's had to notice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, 100%. It's and I don't see it happening anytime soon, but it's time to respond, essentially, right? Like, I know they threw out their little jabs here and there, with like throwing out like little trailers for Gran Turismo or whatnot, but it's time to stop playing games. Am I right? But yeah, I guess that's it. That's all we have for you today here. Thank you for joining us on this conversation. It lasted a little longer, but you know what? That's what happens here. We run things a little loose. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we operate. Thank you all again for joining us. Thank you even more to the Patreons out there for supporting the dream. Just couldn't do this without you. Other than that, I'm gonna leave you all per usual with love each other. Take care. Above all else, be cool. We'll see you next week on the Microtransaction. Well, this is supposed to be a microtransaction. Whatever. We'll see you next week.
Don't worry about it, Bobby. We'll see you next week.